So, anywho, good morning. It is Wednesday, December 4th. It's a new day, and I just want to start off the day letting y'all know, let myself know, you are worthy. You are worthy of respect, right? But guess what? Respect started at home. Respect started within. The more and more you have it for yourself, the more and more you can demand it from others. The more and more you show it for yourself, the less and less you have to demand it. You'll find yourself just getting it. It'll be the standard. It will literally become the standard. No one would think of treating you differently. You know, I receive what people think I'm wanting. Good morning, Betty Boo. I'm gonna have to start sharing out all my lives when I do them because of the notification thing. And then I've been going live more, so I think that affect like how many times. Let me share this live. I hope y'all off to a good start this morning. I am. I'm off to a good start this morning, and I woke up and I was like, okay, I got this to do. Got a couple things to do, an appointment to make. Um, Good morning, Renee. Rock up in there with Reese, girl. He up in there with him this morning. Apollo downstairs. I cannot wait to get Apollo. I'm gonna be doing like the little videos. I'm gonna make sure I vlog like when I first introduced them, and I was watching this dog channel yesterday, and they did like a 7-day vlog of how the dogs got to know each other or whatever. So I'm gonna do that with Rock and Apollo. So stay tuned for that. We should get them. I should be getting the Apollo like that week of Christmas. I woke up this morning and I did some things, and the good thing was I didn't wake up and immediately get on YouTube. I took care of some things first. Then I tuned into YouTube while I was getting ready to do this. And I was like, I just saw like the different content, which I don't mind, I don't care. But it made me think to myself, how willing, no, how do I put it? This is what I thought this morning about the sector and everything. I say, let me take these glasses off. Child, this light is killing me. I was like, how comfortable am I standing alone? Am I okay with not going with the flow? How do I feel in my uniqueness, right? What I mean by that is I just thought about it. I say, Demetri, I'm all right for I know, right? I am okay with Demetra. I am really okay with standing on my own. I am sometimes fatally alone, right? Meaning sometimes it's to my detriment. It is sometimes when just being okay in my oneness sometimes cripples me because we all need somebody else from time to time, right? It's very hard to stand alone, right? And I'm very accustomed to standing alone, right? And so I can see the goods and the bads, but then I think to myself, I'm real okay with not going with the flow of traffic. I'm real okay with going the opposite way. And I look at it like I don't try to go the opposite way to be so different. I don't try to go the opposite way so I can have something so unique and special about me. No. But I go the opposite way when I see that the way that the traffic is going is not somewhere I'm headed. Not somewhere I want to go. The destination of that traffic is not where I desire to be. Right? So I just thought about that. I just thought about that this morning, and I've been thinking about it this morning when I woke up, and I'm just like, I'm okay with that. I'm real okay with that. Especially, and then I say to myself, it make me feel good because standing alone is a strength, like Betty Boop said. Standing alone, like Chopper says, a part of maturity. It's even though it's hard sometimes. But I don't even, I don't quote scripture because I don't know scripture like that, right? But I know references, right? I know the references in scriptures and stuff like that. What's up, Tatiana? Good morning. And I happen to know that sometimes the path that's taken is the one going in the right direction, right? And in that path, it ain't gonna be that many people on that path. And that's okay with me. I'm real okay with it. I'm real okay with it. So that's how I feel right now in the sector and the sectors going on. And the day-to-day around the beef sector, I just feel like I'm on a path, a narrow path, heading to a destination where I want to be. And sometimes I look to my left, I look to my right, ain't nobody there. And that's okay. I continue on my way. And that's it. I don't want to go the direction everybody else going. I don't want to go that way. Ain't nothing down that road for me. Excuse me. Tatiana, I was in your, I think I don't know if I dropped down in your chat, but I definitely shared your chat the other morning, girl. I was glad to hear from you. So let's see what this affirmation say today. And don't forget, you guys, to consider getting y'all Lit Lane merch. These mugs are so cute. And Melissa King, my Lit Lane Pit crew, and a few other people that ordered their mugs. Melissa posted a picture of hers. It looks so good. They look really nice. They good quality. So check it out. Let me put my, hey, Living, good morning. I must have been waiting on you, girl. Here's the link to my merch. December 4th. Life is not a problem. If we live, we live. If we die, we die. If we suffer, we suffer. It appears that we are the problem. That's a quote by somebody named Alan Watts. So Iyanla Vanzant says, what is prosperity? A mental state, a functional attitude that draws you to an abundance of every great thing. That's good. How do you get prosperity? Expect it. Always ask for the highest and the best. Never doubt that it will come. What does prosperity look like? Look in the mirror. You are prosperity. Prosperity is your birthright. It is up to you to recognize your free access to an inexhaustible supply of all things good and desirable. You were born into prosperity. It is your inheritance as a child of the kingdom, a child of the universe. You have been given a body capable of doing almost anything. It is up to you to convince your mind that you can. You have been given power, dominion, and authority over everything in the world. It is up to you how you use it. Oh, you know who Alan Watts is? I'm going to have to look him up. Write him down on my list. Today's affirmation. When I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. Good morning, Kurt Vixen. Good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. I know y'all hit the like. I'm sure y'all did, y'all. I'm going to read that again because that's real good. Today's affirmation. When I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. Hold on. When I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. That's today's affirmation, you guys. I'm going to read this reading again because that first time when I be reading it, I be chopping it all up and saying, ooh, that's good and all that kind of stuff. Let me read it. What is prosperity? A mental state, a functional attitude that draws to you an abundance of every great thing. How do you get prosperity? Expect it. Always ask for the highest and the best. Never doubt that it will come. What does prosperity look like? Look in the mirror. You are prosperity. Prosperity is your birthright. It is up to you to recognize your free access to an inexhaustible supply of all things good and desirable. You were born into prosperity. It is your inheritance as a child of the kingdom, a child of the universe. You have been given a body capable of doing almost anything. It is up to you to convince your mind that you can. You have been given power, dominion, and authority over everything in the world. It is up to you how you use it. Today's affirmation. When I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. That's real good. And quite honestly, I share about what I get from that, right? My understanding or my experience with this affirmation. And I ain't gonna even lie, you know what I'm saying? When I read that, it sounds good to me. It feels good to me. But then when I think about how I exercise that thought, that principle, that affirmation in my life, or how I've experienced that, I have to be honest and say, I often shortchange myself. I have a tendency, if I get real honest, I have a tendency still today, as I'm speaking to you guys, to shortchange myself. And that's what was coming to me. Like, I'm feeling it. I'm understanding these words, and the words feeling good. I'm born into prosperity. I should expect more. It's my birthright to have more. I am prosperity. I should expect the best. I should want the best. I shouldn't be afraid of having the best and asking and seeking and expecting the best. Like, that all sounds wonderful. It all sounds great. It's very affirming. But do I practice it? Right? And I know when I really get real honest about it, I haven't always practiced that, and that a lot of times it's kind of hard for me to practice that. Now, I always have a sense of word. I always have this subconscious, even when I'm not aware, I had this subconscious understanding that I am worthy. Subconsciously in my spirit, I know that I am worthy. But in my actions and in my consciousness, sometimes I feel like and I act out of like I only deserve so much. Right? Like I know I deserve something, but something is stopping me or have stopped me from thinking I deserve it all. I deserve the best. And a lot of times for Demetria in life, I have settled for and settle for and accepted just enough, and even expected just enough, right? And I shortchange myself when I do that. I shortchange myself, right? So then it becomes a matter, okay, if I recognize that, and I'm recognizing that in this moment, I'm recognizing that, right? So what do I do? What do Demetria do too? If I recognize that I have a tendency to shortchange myself, when I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. I went, okay, for me right now in this moment, when I look at me, I'm looking at having just enough. Just enough ain't gonna cut it no more. I don't want to go into 2025 looking at me and looking and saying I'm just enough. No, I want to look at me and see prosperity. I want to really truthfully reach for the best for me. I want to know that I deserve the best for me. I need to be able to demand the best. I need to be able to expect the best. I need to be able to think in the best type of terms, walk in the best type of feeling. And the only way I can do that is for myself. And I got to mentally change the way I think. I got to mentally stop saying or being scared of even accepting it. I can actually, I can go in the store right now with Living. Living been supporting me. Living been coming around me. I trust Living on here. I know she's looking out for my best. Through our virtual YouTube ship, Living can tell me, Demetria, This would be perfect for Lit Lane. I want to do this for Lit Lane. Right? And she can show and be pointing at the best thing for Lit Lane, the best background you ever seen in life for Lit Lane. And she want to, and I know her motives are good. I know she don't expect nothing back from me. I know all this. And I can know that's the best background I ever seen. And something in me will say, oh, thank you, Living. But no, you don't have to do that. Let's not do this one. And then I go pick the background that's like 2 steps down. It's still good, right? It's still a good one. But I go say, and what I'm willing to take is the one that's not the best of the best, but the second to the best. If y'all get that example, y'all get where I'm going with this. What's up, LeVon? What's up, the beef sector? That's the type of thing what I'm talking about. I don't know if that example made sense, but that's what I mean by when I say that's my best illustration of being able to paint a picture of what I'm talking about as far as how I do myself, what I expect for myself, what I allow for myself, what I treat myself to. It's like something always telling me, something always stopping me from just reaching for the best. And that's something for 2025 I absolutely desire to change. I desire you to break through that. I desire to change. When I look at me, I'm looking at prosperity. There might be a mantra I have to repeat every day. Every day, every day, every day. When I look at me, I'm looking at prosperity. And prosperity is a state of mind, right? And once it's a state of mind, then it starts exhibiting itself in my life in the tangible, in the physical. When I look at me, I'm looking at prosperity. You know, I'm really gonna work on that. You know, and I'm not gonna just work at that on January 1st, but I'm gonna work on that starting now because I recognize it. I recognize that I have a tendency to shortchange myself, and that's not fair to me. You know, it's not fair to the people around me that love me because if I'm shortchanging myself, most definitely I'm shortchanging others around me. If I don't think the best or walk in the best of me, then I'm not offering, giving, or showing the best to nobody else. I'm showing y'all 90%. Why not reach for a full 100, right? So I know I just went off on a tangent. Excuse me. I know I just went off on a tangent, but I tend to do that, and that's what these daily affirmations are for, right? I really, really like when I can really get into the reading and kind of work through some things and see things. And I guarantee you, I read this affirmation. I did, like I keep saying, I never recognized how long I've been doing these affirmations, right? It's just like my what I see, right? I've been literally doing what I see as a segment over here on Lit Lane for over 4 years. I didn't know I've been doing it that long. Betty Boop say a lot of us was taught it's better to give than receive. Correct. A lot of us, a lot of things is taught. A lot of the habits and things that I do, I've been having them for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? And it's also been taught to me, right? It's been taught to me. It's been instilled to me. And that's why we have to do this self-reflection to recognize what part of my value system needs a little bit of tweaking, right? What part of my belief system needs to be tweaked. Just because I've always done something the same way for all this time don't mean that's the right way. Right? Just because, and I can get stuck in it. I've been doing this all my life. Okay, that don't mean you have to continue doing it all of your life. You ain't got to continue looking at things the same way all your life. A lot of things are good. Yes, you want to keep them, but some things you outgrow. Some things just don't even fit the situation no more. Right? Or not even practical anymore. So, baby, I'm in my bag today. I'm so glad I got my little affirmation music back in the background. I have been missing that for a long time. Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. I'm gonna have a good day. And I hope you guys are well into y'all good day too. Okay, it's gonna be an excellent day today, Lit Lane. December 4th. Life is not a problem. If we live, we live. If we die, we die. If we suffer, we suffer. It appears that we are the problem. That's by a quote by Mr. Alan Watts. So Iana Banzai says, what is prosperity? A mental state, a functional attitude that draws to you an abundance of every great thing. How do you get prosperity? Expect it. Always ask for the highest and the best. Never doubt that it will come. What does prosperity look like? Look in the mirror. You are prosperity. Prosperity is your birthright. It is up to you to recognize your free access to an inexhaustible supply of all things good and desirable. You were born into prosperity. It is your inheritance as a child of the kingdom, a child of the universe. You have been given a body capable of doing almost anything. It is up to you to convince your mind that you can. You have been given power, dominion, and authority over everything in the world. It is up to you how you use it. Today's affirmation: when I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. Before we go, Betty Boop said I had to unlearn a lot to learn to look at things in a new light. Absolutely. 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 It's a life of constant change, constant learning, constant growing, if you go with the flow, right? So this has been an excellent affirmation. I thank you guys for joining me and supporting this type of content. Again, I'm going to be doing this a little bit more and more, where I'm remembering to absolutely promote my merch here. So what's the word? Bear with me. But let me show you guys my website real quickly. Got to do a little bit more self-promotion, right? Hold on, let me see. I don't even know why it's not coming. I'm not going to get all thrown off and upset because stuff don't come up right. I dropped the link. That's already, I'm doing better by just doing that. I didn't even have a link forever. Let me see. Boom, I think it's sharing. All right, you guys, this is the Lit Lane merch store website where you can find, right now, it's a coffee mugs. But it's several designs. And it actually looks nice. Like the ones I have look nice. The one Melissa had looks great. So I'm here to tell you it's some nice quality things. So I'm going to definitely be promoting this through the holidays. Be sure to support in any way you see possible. Good morning, Miss Sparkle. Make sure you rewind this, Miss Sparkle. Rewind and get this good stuff. Get this good stuff. Get this good stuff. When I look at me, I am looking at prosperity. I'll see y'all later on this evening. I'll see y'all for certain tonight for a trial watch with Demetra. If I'm able to sneak back up in here this afternoon with some other content, I will. Bye, you guys. Oh, let me play my song going out. Because I think people in these streets are